Picture this: a skinny red-haired kid with a beaten-up guitar hangs around a cold London street corner under a flickering streetlight, singing his heart out like the whole world is listening, even though no one actually is. He has no money. No real home. Some nights he sleeps on friends' couches, other nights inside empty subway stations or under arches near Buckingham Palace, using his backpack as a pillow. But even in those lonely moments, the only sound louder than the city traffic is his own belief that he was meant for something more, that music wasn't just a dream, but a destiny. That kid was Edward Christopher Sheeran, a name the world would one day chant in sold-out stadiums across continents. But before the fame, before the Grammys, before the record-breaking tours and the hundreds of millions of dollars, he was simply a boy refusing to give up. Ed Sheeran's story doesn't start in London, though. It begins in a peaceful English town called Framlingham. Born on February 17, 1991, Ed grew up in a small, creative household. His father, John, worked as an art lecturer and curator, taking Ed and his brother to galleries and concerts. His mother, Imogen, designed handmade jewelry and encouraged creativity at home. Music was everywhere, from church choirs to the old CDs his father played. Ed joined the church choir at just 4 years old, learning harmony before he even learned confidence. But life wasn't easy. He struggled with a stutter, got bullied for his red hair and glasses, and often felt invisible in school. But everything changed the moment he picked up a guitar. Suddenly he had a voice, a purpose, a way to express the things he couldn't say out loud. By age 11 he was writing his own songs. By age 14 he was performing wherever anyone would let him. By 16 he dropped everything and moved to London, chasing a dream most people thought was impossible. London was tough. Much tougher than he expected. He played in tiny bars and open mics where sometimes only 2 or 3 people listened. He busked on the streets for spare coins, sang outside pubs, and performed more than 300 shows a year. There were nights he didn't eat properly. There were days he wondered if he had made a huge mistake. But every struggle, every lonely night, every cold morning on a stranger's couch became fuel for his music. His early experiences inspired raw, emotional storytelling, something the world would later fall in love with. One day, during a performance at a homeless shelter, he met a woman battling addiction. Her life story moved him deeply, and he wrote a song about her, a song called The A-Team. That song changed everything. Ed began uploading music independently, building a loyal online following, and performing relentlessly. His storytelling, honesty, and raw emotion finally caught the attention of industry insiders, and soon, the world. In 2011, his debut album Plus dropped and became a massive hit. Songs like The A-Team and Lego House introduced him to millions. But Ed wasn't just another rising singer, he was unique. He didn't rely on flashy choreography, backup dancers, or giant stage props. He walked onstage alone, with just a guitar, a loop pedal, and a voice full of emotion. Then came his second album, Times Multiply, in 2014. This album launched him into global superstardom. Thinking Out Loud became one of the biggest love songs of the decade. But the real explosion came in 2017 with Divided by Divide. Shape of You. Perfect. Castle on the Hill. The world wasn't just listening, they were obsessed. Stadiums filled up instantly. Tickets sold out in minutes. Streams hit billions. His Divide tour eventually became one of the highest-grossing tours in the history of music. Imagine this. The same boy who once slept on the streets was now performing for 90,000 people per night, with a guitar and a loop pedal, commanding entire stadiums like it was nothing. Through all the fame, Ed stayed grounded. He remained close to his family, continued writing personal songs, and stayed away from the flashy celebrity lifestyle. Instead, he invested wisely, in properties, in his own record label Gingerbread Man Records, in a bar and restaurant, and in new artists. As of 2025, Ed Sheeran's net worth is estimated to be around $350 million, a mind-blowing number considering where he started. But even more important than the fame and fortune is his impact. Ed inspired a whole generation of musicians who saw that you don't need to be perfect, glamorous, or born into fame to succeed. You just need heart. You need hustle. You need a story that's real. And that's what Ed Sheeran is, real. His music is real. His journey is real. His struggles, scars, heartbreaks, victories, real. From a lonely streetlight in London to becoming one of the biggest artists on earth, Ed Sheeran's life proves that no dream is too big and no beginning is too small. With a guitar in hand, honesty in his voice, and courage in his heart, that red-haired kid changed the world, one song at a time.